Hi everyone, my name is Melissa and I am a licensed real estate agent, but I am also a licensed loan officer. Today I want to go over the FHA loan. FHA loan is a government loan that is basically offered to first-time home buyers. So if you haven't bought your first property and maybe 2025 is the year that you decide to take that leap of faith and buy a property, FHA loan might be your best option. So let's go over this loan. I want to talk about the pros and cons. I want to talk about why it's one of my favorite loans. And lastly, we will cover on the items you need to gather to get pre-qualified for the FHA loan. First of all, as I mentioned, it's a government loan and it caters to first-time home buyers. I am a big fan of this loan for many reasons, but here are 4 reasons why. First reason, the minimum credit score needed to use an FHA loan is 580. So if you fear that you don't have the best credit, don't worry. The bank is looking for 580 or better credit score. The second reason why I like FHA is because the down payment requirement is 3.5% down. 3.5% of the sales price. That's what's required for you to close this FHA loan / transaction. The third reason why I like this loan, which goes with reason number 2, is that if you don't have the 3.5% down payment saved, don't worry, you can get these funds gifted from a family member. And so let's just say you have a mom or a dad, maybe your fiance, aunt, sister, brother, that does have money saved and can gift you the funds. We can use the 3.5% funds from their account and have them wire directly to escrow before escrow closes to close out this transaction. So I love that they make it an option for you to get the down payment gifted from a family member if you don't already have those funds saved. The fourth reason why I like this loan, and probably one of the best reasons, is because the FHA loan offers you a really low interest rate compared to other loan programs out there. If you're not familiar with the interest rate, it's very key that you try to get the lowest interest rate. The lowest interest rate you can possibly get means the lowest mortgage payments. So if you're kind of on the fence of how much will my mortgage payment be and I want something low or something, of course, that you can afford, FHA is a good option because, again, they offer one of the lowest interest rates to the consumer, aka the buyer, which is you. And because of all those reasons, that's why I'm a big fan of FHA. Now, there is a con, so it's not, there's pros and cons to everything. There is a con on why some people don't like FHA, and that reason is because FHA has mortgage insurance. So because you're not coming in with such a big down payment, like 20% down payment, then the bank tags on a mortgage insurance to your monthly payment. However, I can't stress this enough, FHA does offer a really low interest rate to their buyers, which is you guys. So even with the mortgage insurance, sometimes your monthly mortgage payments are much lower than if you were to take or do any other type of loan that's out there. So in my opinion, if you can qualify for the FHA loan and you are comfortable with the payments, the mortgage insurance should be irrelevant, because once you get enough equity in your property, we can take care of the mortgage insurance by removing it through a refinance, and you don't have that mortgage insurance anymore in the future. Now that I explained the pros and cons on an FHA loan, I do want to explain what are the items you need to qualify or get pre-qualified for this loan. It's very easy. The first thing I need is an ID. So it could be an ID from the DMV, driver's license, a passport, but we need an ID. Second thing is your last 2 pay stubs. So I will need your last 2 pay stub of wherever you work. And if you have multiple jobs, then I need the last 2 pay stubs of all the jobs. Number 3, I need your last 2 W-2s. So for example, right now we're in the year 2024. So I would need your W-2 of 2023 and your W-2 of 2022. And lastly, I would need a copy of your last 2 taxes. So again, we're in year 2024. So I just need a copy of your filed taxes for 2022 and 2023. With those items, I can get you pre-qualified in 30 minutes or less. I can do the pre-qualification at my office. We have a location in the city of Downey, or we can do the qualification via Zoom, online, through the phone, or we can do it again in person at my office or at the comfort of your home. But I will need the items before I do the pre-qualification just to make sure that you are getting accurate numbers. And when I'm doing the pre-qualification, I'm also running your credit. So it's important that I have all the items up front before we start the pre-qualification process. Lastly, I do want to say this. When I pre-qualify you, which is totally free, there's no cost to do this. If or for whatever reason you do not qualify, do not worry. This is not just a win-win situation if you get pre-qualified, and it's a lose-lose situation if you don't. This is an overall win-win, because if you don't qualify, again, for whatever reason, the win-win is that I will explain to you why you don't qualify, and I will give you tips and suggestions on things you need to do or take care of so that we can qualify you for this loan. So basically, at the end of the pre-qualification session, you either walk out with your pre-qualification letter and ready to start shopping for a house, or two, you walk out with a lot of knowledge on what are the steps you have to do next so that we can get you pre-qualified. Remember, knowledge is power. So if 2025 is your year and you're serious about buying a house, or you know anybody that's serious about buying a house, send me a message so we can see if you qualify for the FHA program and get you on the right path to buy your first home.